Yeah, we wish we would have played better in the basketball game, but probably tonight, more important to the game is what this game stands for. With the Jimmy V Classic, the research for cancer, Coach Valvano's impact on college basketball, the game of basketball, and certainly everything he did after basketball with ESPN, and then his fight with cancer, who's affected all of us. Me and Timmy are no different than that. So we took the responsibility, real to come out here and try to represent. And we wish we would have played better, especially down the stretch. But we're proud to be a part of a first-class event. We're proud to be associated with the Jimmy V Foundation, and I know we try to do our part in Austin. We're doing a Coaches versus Cancer event here in a couple of months, so it's a game that's important to us, and nothing but respect for Coach Valvano. Congratulate Illinois. Brad and I have known each other a long time. It's a tough team. Putting the pieces together kind of like we are, new players, returning players, freshmen, portal guys. I thought they played really tough down the stretch. I don't know if either team played our A game. It really came down to shooting from where I was sitting. They made more free throws and more three-point shots. I think we actually made more field goals, but they made more threes. And so basketball kind of gets mathematical sometimes. In the overtime, we just didn't take care of the ball, and we let TJ Shannon get going downhill. So, but congratulations to Illinois, my former player TJ, and we'll be pulling for those guys this season. We had a great November. Now it's December. We've done a good job learning from victory ever since this summer, and now we got to try to learn from a night where we didn't win on the scoreboard. But nothing but respect for Illinois and Brad, and wish those guys the best.
Questions for Timmy, please.
Timmy, just your individual game tonight, you had 21 and 10, a couple assists and boards, shy of a triple-double. Just what was it like out there for you tonight?
I don't really want to talk about my specific stats. I'm trying to win games, but I'm just trying to help my teammates get in their spots and make it take a load off their shoulders. So it's just happened to be my night.
Tim, you guys had that 5-point lead with about a minute left. What do you think happened kind of there in the last minute and the overtime where the momentum seemed to shift?
I think we made too many mistakes, obviously, but veteran players, we got to be better, all of us all around. We had it, we could have won it in regulation, but we just let it slip away, and too many turnovers down the stretch in overtime. We just got to get a shot up. I don't think a lot of teams can beat us when we just get a shot up every time down. So just little things that we can continue to grow on, and it's our first time learning off a loss, so it's going to be a big week for us in practice and preparation to get right next Saturday.
Timmy, first half you guys kind of controlled the tempo. Second half, they pushed the tempo and started to speed up, and they started to get a lot of dribble, drive, penetration. What happened between the first half and the second half?
It's a good team. They got a lot of options. They just spread it out. Mayer got hot early, so we tried to lock in on him, and then Shannon got going late. So a lot of credit to them. They're a great team. They just spread it out, got down the lane. Individual one-on-one games. So we just got to be better. We got to be more disciplined. We got to talk better. We got to rotate better. So we're just looking up, and we'll be fine.
Timmy, you guys have plenty of experience playing bigs. Edie in the tournament last year, you had Cockburner the other night. Danger never really got going, and you guys handled yourself in the front court pretty well. How's that experience helped you guys as a front court group in games like this?
Going back to last year, we had to play a lot of really good bigs, and this year, obviously, Drew, Timmy, bro from Creighton, all really good players. So I think we're starting to really be pepped for playing good big, and our bigs are obviously doing great this year between CB and Double D. So it's just something we got to continue to lock on and take care of all the other mistakes.
We good? Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Coach, please. Jeff, go ahead.
Chris, the last possession of regulation, what did you want to get out of that, and just your thoughts on that last possession?
Well, the defensive possession was probably the most important because we could win the game. Illinois is in the bonus, and we all know that, but we fouled 30, 40 feet from the basket, so it's really frustrating. It's a mistake, and I'll have to learn from that. So we work on that every day in practice. That's a play that'll be tough to watch. Again, it's December. It's all about learning. That's a great learning opportunity. On offense, we were just trying to get Marcus going to the basket downhill. You guys know me, I'm always going to trust the players. I didn't like our spacing once it wasn't a full court play. Kind of looked up there. Those are things I've got to live with. Maybe call a timeout there to try to win it on an out of bounds play. But if I got the ball in one of our best players' hands, more times than not, we're just going to trust the player to make the play. But credit Illinois, I thought they really collapsed. Our spacing could have been better. I think Marcus's heart was in the right place. He's trying to go win the game, but probably too crowded. Probably should have kicked it out.
As someone that knows him as well as you do, what did you see from Shannon in overtime that made him so much more difficult to stop than he was for the first 40 minutes?
Yeah, definitely thought by now, as long as I've coached, you see about everything, but kind of a surreal, week in preparing for this game and watching TJ. So we recruited TJ when he was a young player and did a great job for us at Texas Tech. And really, in my mind, he was a 2 and out, and he's an NBA player, and his body got a little banged up. In my opinion, that's why he wasn't in the draft after playing for us the second year. And then he played for Mark and those guys last year. But just all the things that we used to talk to TJ about, he put on full display. I didn't think he let his first half affect his second half, and then when it came winning time, he played his best. And we've got some guys like that too. We talk a lot about the tournament, winning 6 games in 3 weekends, and all 6 games aren't going to be your A game. There's going to be some nights where you don't play like you want, and you got to go win the game in winning time. For us, our best chance tonight in winning time was the last 2 or 3 minutes of regulation. Credit Illinois. They just didn't give us a chance to put the game away. A lot of it was self-inflicted. We'll learn from it. Then in overtime, I thought Illinois was the most aggressive team. We had 4 turnovers in a 5-minute overtime. They took our turnover and went downhill on us, and that's where the free throw discrepancy was. So credit Illinois. They're a really good team. This is December. College basketball, we're all trying to figure it out, you guys including. I think there's a lot of good teams around the country. I think Texas is one of those good teams. And I think Illinois is one of those good teams. So we wish those guys the best of luck. And certainly TJ is somebody that I love. He's family.
John, go ahead.
Chris, how hard are they to prepare for just because there are so many different guys who can be the go-to scorer?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that to you the other day, John. They can play in different ways. They can go inside the big Danes, and they did that at points tonight. He had, double-digit scoring almost. He got to the free throw line, so you have to game plan for that. They can spread you out with 3-point shooting. TJ being a special player, one of the best players in college basketball. And then I think Matthew Myers kind of the X card, and Big 12, I know all about him, TJ. And so, Matt has these games every season. We didn't want it to be on our watch, but it was. He had a good first half. The basket got big for him. He hit a couple of tough shots, but a couple of it was things that we would have preferred to make him drive. I thought we did some good things like a veteran team. How do you get a hot scorer off the floor? You got to try to get him in foul trouble. Our veteran players did a good job recognizing that and executing the game plan, so we didn't have to. We got him off the floor a little bit, really, with our intelligence and execution. But credit Matthew for a great first half. Certainly TJ had a great overtime. I think really the game just came down to making shots. It's not it's just true. We made more field goals than them. They made a couple more threes. I think Meyer went 5 for 5, and Marcus Carr goes 0 for 5. If those guys had a shooting contest right now, it'd probably be pretty even. So this is basketball, but on nights where the shots aren't falling, you got to find a way to win the game. For us tonight, that was a key stop when we needed it. We didn't get it done. And for us tonight, that was taking care of the ball because we shot a good percentage in the second half. We just didn't get enough shots on goal.
Jeff, go ahead.
Chris, you mentioned the turnovers. They didn't have one, I think, for the last 9.5 minutes of regulation and none in overtime. Do you feel like they adjust something, or is it just kind of maybe their experience that they've had these games taking care of the ball a little bit?
Yeah, without watching the film, I think they kind of scratched their offense and they just started putting the ball in TJ's hands in one form or fashion. And we thought about maybe scrambling it, trapping out of him a little bit, try to create some turnovers, but we had the lead. It's a possession game at that point. I thought there were some pivotal times too. I think we were up 7-8 for a stretch and we go scoreless for like 4 or 5 tight possessions, and I got a couple decent shots in there and a couple self-inflicted, turnovers. So it's a great night to learn. I mean, when you build a team, as much as you think, we can win every night. I think 1976, Coach Knight. But so you got to get better when you win, and we've done that. And now we got to get better when we run out of time. Lost a game, so it's a big week for our team. But credit Illinois, they played great tonight.
Anything else for Coach?
Chris, just kind of big picture, you know, I know you talked a lot about learning through the loss, you just did. With this group, do you approach that different with different teams? In other words, do you hammer the stuff you did wrong? Do you try to look at the positives? How do you want to handle that with this group?
Yeah, a little bit of all. There's a non-negotiable. Like we're going to go through the film. We're going to hold ourselves accountable. We're going to try to learn from things. We're going to base the next couple of days in practice on immediate areas of needed improvement. You know, the young guys keep their confidence up. I thought we got some great minutes out of Terrio tonight. Probably his best minutes at Texas. We got to look forward to him continuing to take the next step and stuff. I thought he played great. Dylan Mitchell has already established himself, so those two young guys, making sure they understand how important this is. It's their first college loss. Then with the veterans, just kind of getting back to work tomorrow. You know, I have no sexier answer. We have a process we believe in. We'll get back to work tomorrow.